To my video production on the life of a transport manager. I decided to create a video just to show people what the transport industry is about, and as a transport manager what is my role, my function, as well as to show people what transport is about, especially in the trucking world. When you need to load product, you need to offload product, how it gets from point A to point B. Everybody is involved in transport in some way or another. You have to get to school, you have to get to work, but also the product that you are buying from the supermarkets, it needs to get there, and that is where we come in. I'll be showing you some video clips and some interviews that I'll do with some people, where you can see also how we go about, how does a product get from point A to point B in a safe manner. And also I'll be maybe showing you go on a trip with a truck, and so we can have a look and see when we do deliveries and what happens to the driver when he's out on the road. I'll also show you some footages of what is happening on the roads, especially here in South Africa, with accidents and all the other things that can go wrong on the road. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the video, and for any young people that hasn't decided on a career yet, maybe this is a good opportunity. There's never a dull moment, every day is different, so I can't really just say that this is going to be how it's going to happen, because it's going to change every day. Not one day is the same. But yeah, I hope you enjoy this video and hope that you can learn something as well, maybe. Thank you.
No, I haven't opened it. You said which tracks are left?
Morning. Yeah. Morning, John.
Morning, sir.
How are you?
Okay, and you?
Good. How's things looking?
No, everything's okay, but we've still got 3 trucks in the yard. Okay. 1 butchery, 2 shops.
Okay, so you got enough drivers, huh?
Yeah, I've got enough drivers. I only got Justice G's in the yard, but I told him to go back home.
Oh,
it was not fun to work.
Okay.
And this one here, the driver had come to ask me what is it for, but they only write step on this one, and yet he can clearly see that this thing was delivered. Okay. So Mandela just told me that no, David will phone him, he must just take it and go with it.
Will phone me. Okay.
Yeah.
Morning.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good. How's things looking?
So far, so good.
I hear from John we got about 4 trucks that's still outstanding, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, 4.
Okay, so all the ones that were supposed to leave early this morning, they've gone, huh?
Yes, everything is gone.
Okay. Johannesburg truck, gone, huh?
Johannesburg went yesterday.
Oh, did it go yesterday? Okay,
yeah.
So everything is all smooth.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Meneer. Enjoy your day.
Okay, thank you so much. You too.
part of our day is to have a quick prayer meeting. We say a prayer in the morning, and we read out of the Bible, and we feel that it's part of our duty to actually just to prepare the day. And I've got Kalei here. Kalei is one of the ladies that's with us in the prayer group. And I'm just going to ask her one or two questions, just to how she feels about the prayer group. So, Kalei, how do you feel? What do you feel is the importance of prayer when we come to in morning, when we come to work?
Okay, basically the importance of us starting our day in God's presence. That's the most important thing. So when you come here and you start with the prayer, you're actually opening up the atmospheres. You're opening up the blessings that will filter through, not only upon us, but upon everybody else in this company. And we're calling in what we need to be done in this place so that this company can grow from strength to strength. But also, we are the seed. We're planting that seed in this company where others will want what we have.
And tell me quickly, have you seen any impact on the prayer?
Oh, for sure.
Has anything happened?
Yes. But during the strike, no injuries. Yes, material things got damaged, I agree, but this is material things. And it can be replaced and stuff like that. But the most important thing is lives were spared. We could see that it wasn't such a bad strike like we thought it would be. And also during the looting, the festive season where other trucks were getting hijacked and stuff like that, Chester came through smiling.
So the impact is definitely...
The impact is amazing. Not was, is currently amazing what's happening in the atmosphere. And it's only through the grace of God.
The grace of God, no, true. And I just want to tell you as well that during the strike period we had a couple of attempts to damage the vehicles, and I think there was about 4 petrol bombs thrown at our trucks, and just nothing happened. They bounced off the truck, and we can only see that that's the grace of God that looked after our vehicles and protected the vehicles.
We call it favor. Favor. We have the favor.
No, definitely. But thank you, Kalei, and I think we are going to continue with this. I think it's very important that when you're in a business that you start your day with prayer. Doesn't matter which denomination you are, which church you belong to. As long as you start your day with prayer, pray to the Lord and say, protect us during this day, and let the business also grow from strength to strength. And so hope you start your prayer group at your office and your place of work, and looking forward to hear from some testimonies.
Every week, operational meetings are held between maintenance team and transport team to ensure that everyone know what is expected of them for the week to come. During these weekly meetings, the following items are discussed: the week's planned maintenance schedule, vehicles due for roadworthy tests, tire reporting, accidents and the repairs of the vehicles, driver issues and driver discipline, especially with regards to DriveCam, other items that needs attention for the week to come. It is very important for the transport team to be up to date with where the vehicles are and how far the deliveries for the day is going. Hourly updates of the vehicle's whereabouts and how far the vehicle is with the offloading at each customer is important to ensure that any problems at customers are identified. And the planning team is informed timelessly whether a vehicle can be planned again for the next day's deliveries. Updating of the odometer readings of the vehicles are crucial to ensure that services are done when due. This service schedule is designed to warn the transport team when a vehicle is due for service. Green means that the vehicle will be due within the next 5,000 kilometers. This gives the parts department time to order the service kits. Amber means that vehicle can be serviced, but if it's needed by the operations team, it can still be used. Red means that vehicle is very close to its service kilometers and needs to be planned to go to the workshop. When the variance in kilometers go into a negative, it means that the vehicle is overdue and should be pulled out of operations immediately. On the right-hand side, you will also see dates with amber and red cells. These dates are the license expiry dates for that particular vehicle. Amber means that the vehicle should go for the annual roadworthy test. Red means that the vehicle's license is expiring within that month and effort should be placed on that vehicle to get the roadworthy test done to enable the new license disc to be printed and fitted to the vehicle. The service schedule is then sent to all the department managers. The department managers are then responsible to ensure that the vehicles are sent to the workshop or booked at the agents. The company has their own diesel stock on site, and daily reports need to be scrutinized to ensure that the stock inside the fuel bowser balances daily to the fuel issued. 3 different dips are taken to ensure that should there be a discrepancy that it can be identified between these intervals. With fuel being one of the highest cost items in the transport department, special attention should be given to each vehicle's fuel consumption. You will notice that the report will show some high consumptions and average consumptions are checked to ensure that the vehicle is not using more fuel than it should. If a vehicle is constantly showing higher than normal consumption, the vehicle are then taken out of operation and the fuel injectors are tested. If the injectors seem to be working at optimal levels, the focus is moved to the driver. This could be due to the driver's lack of training or in worst case that the driver could be stealing the fuel. Because the driver is on the road constantly, drivers are monitored via in-cab cameras. These cameras are designed to warn the transport manager of any behaviors that he should be aware of. Here you can see that the driver is texting while driving. Although warned, the driver continued to text. Damage to the vehicles can be checked whether it was driver error or external factors. This driver misjudged the pole and caused severe damage to the vehicle. Drivers are also complimented when avoiding accidents. Here, you can see that the driver avoids colliding with stray animals on the road. As transport manager, regular walks throughout the plant to ensure vehicles are being loaded and offloaded is part of your day. This also gives you time to interact with the employees on site and to listen to them about any difficulties they are experiencing. Hourly inspection of vehicles in the workshop together with the workshop manager is also part of a transport manager's function. In this way, the transport manager can be assured that the vehicles are being attended to in a timely manner and to ensure that the vehicles are fit for use again. The procurement of new vehicles to replace old fleet can be a very daunting task. With so many different vehicle brands available, special care needs to be taken when purchasing new vehicles. Aspects to be taken into consideration are price, service intervals and cost, availability, the type of application the vehicle is to be used, i.e. long distance, medium or short haul, fuel consumption, technology, after-sales service, footprint throughout the country for breakdowns. When procuring new plant equipment, the decision is not as difficult as for trucks, but careful consideration needs to be taken, and before deciding on which machine to purchase, the best is to view and discuss the options available with other businesses. In our environment, it's important to know that the machines being bought can withstand the very cold temperatures in the cold store. Regular tire inspections are crucial for any fleet owner to ensure that tires are inflated to the correct pressure, as well as ensuring that the tires are still within the legal limits. The information from the surveys being done is then collected and monthly reports are discussed during monthly meetings. These meetings are to ensure that the transport manager is kept up to date on the overall status of the fleet's tires. The reports include checking which tires are due for replacement so that the transport manager can budget accordingly. Tire damages are also discussed to ensure that the root cause of the damages are investigated.
Okay, so today I'm joined by Mark Bistro from Zenzele Truck and Bodies. Mark is the co-owner of the business, and Mark will I'm going to ask Mark a couple of questions so that you can just explain to you where your supplier also come into the field, into the business of when you as a transport manager. Yeah, Mark, I think just thanks for giving us the opportunity. Yeah. I just want to ask you a couple of questions, and maybe just as a starting point, just tell us who's Zenzele, what do you guys do?
Awesome. Yeah, no, thanks for having us, and it's awesome to be doing this. So Zenzele Truck Bodies actually means, in Zulu, it means do it yourself. Okay. So 6-7 years ago, we worked for a company doing the same thing, both my wife and myself, and they literally liquidated overnight. So it was a case we both had company cars, salaries, and it was gone in a month. Mm. So we then decided to go on ourselves, or go by ourselves and do it. That's where the name Zenzele was born. We do it ourselves, and we started doing that. So essentially what we do is we repair and we build insulated truck bodies, dry freight, curtain siders. But I would say our core business is the repair work.
Okay. All right. How do you see the importance of having a good relationship, obviously, you know, with your fleet managers, your transport managers of the business, of other companies, your customers, basically?
Look, the fleet managers are the most important. Actually, I wouldn't want to be a fleet manager, to be honest with you. The pressure, they don't sleep. They always say trucking is 24/7. Yeah. If you want a Saturday or a Sunday, then don't get into trucking. So to build that trust relationship with the fleet manager is vital. You know, especially the repair business. You know, if you build a new truck, you give a lead time of 6 to 7, 8 weeks, whatever it might be. They're not relying on that truck. But that truck gets damaged, it gets pulled in for a repair. You book it off and commit to a 2 or 3 day turnaround. That fleet manager relies on that for the next load to be booked. So to be able to have that relationship where it's open and honest, and you can actually, you communicate, and they know they can trust you. Because at the end of the day, you come in there and you tell them 3 days, and when they come to collect it on day 3, I know it will be another 3 days. That throws them out completely. So getting that relationship, building it, it's like any relationship, it's the trust. It's vital. It's absolutely vital. Also, to get the fleet manager to understand the type of repair work you're doing. You know, a lot of people will just see a hole in a wall, this is damaged, and they'll think, okay, fix it cheapest and easiest way possible. Yeah. But I've also found you do it and that almost every single time it comes back and you end up doing it properly. So getting the fleet manager on board, that he actually, you just explain to him, this is the process, this is what we do, this is how it will be effective, it will last. And once you've got that fleet manager on board and he understands it, he'll be able to tell you himself what the quote is, what the cost is, the downtime with the damage, because he now understands how the repair works and what goes into the repair. So that relationship is key.
Okay. Just with regards to the future, do you see any new developments coming through with especially on insulated truck bodies? You know, that you guys are seeing coming up?
Look, I must be honest. Bodies have been built for the last 20, 30 years. They've stuck to pretty much the same sort of design. The GRW trailers probably are the future. We are GRW accredited repairers in Durban, Cape Town, and Port Elizabeth, where we have branches. So that's future design that's out already. It's the way forward. But you know, the older way that we build them, it's the old saying, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yeah. So you'll get a few changes, or you might get a bit of glue that comes onto the market that you would change and use that glue. But generally, all your stuff, your polyurethane, your gel coat skin, your LVL woods, Meranti, all stays the same. But I would definitely, we are moving into that future where GRW will lead the race with the design.
Mark, what do you think is the deciding factor for, let's say, for a transport manager like myself? You know, when selecting various, I mean, there's so many bodybuilders out there. When selecting a specific bodybuilder to build the bodies onto the vehicles.
Look, you've got to have someone that's been in the game for a while. They always say you're only as good as your warranty. But if you're giving a 3-year warranty and you've been in business for 2 years, so someone that's established. And then again, it takes time. It's a trust. Referrals are good. Most of our work comes through referrals. So we fortunate enough, we don't have sales reps that drive around looking for business. It's all referred. I mean, all the truckers know each other, and they always, where can I build or where can I repair? So getting that reference off other fleet managers, other transport companies is obviously vital. And then it's building up that relationship. As I said previously, I wouldn't want to be a transport manager, having that stress and pressure, having to book trucks, missing loads, etc. So there you've got to have somebody that's also available. A truck might be loaded. It might be a Saturday afternoon. It's trucking. There's no such thing. You won't be able to pick up the phone that bodybuilder and say, I've got a breakdown. Yeah. They get in their car, they go and sort the breakdown so the load can carry on. So that's very important. And then also just the honesty of sticking to the delivery dates. I mean, I learned that early in this business with the repair stuff. If you don't stick to that repair date, you miss it. They say you're not supposed to swear in trucking. But I heard that word a lot in the beginning when you miss delivery dates. But then you also understand it's the pressure that the transport manager sits with. So if you get that right, and also there's always unforeseen circumstances. If you've got a truck for 5 days and day 2, you can see, hang on, additional workers coming. Give that transport manager, give him a fighting chance to make an alternative plan. And I found going in the past, 90% of the time, if you give them enough warning, okay, it's no problem, we understand, go for it, additional damage, they can make an alternative plan and get that load. So definitely the trust, working on referral business, and then just delivering and promising what they're going to do.
Okay. And obviously price as well, I suppose.
Pricing is very important. I'll use you as an example while we're on it. The design you came up with, the Chester fleet, which I've got to say is probably the best I've seen the Chester fleet forever. And we've dealt with them for a long time. There's been previous transport managers done, and it was always, not always, but it was always, let's do the most cost-effective way. But the Chester trucks are worked hard and they're loaded hard. And you could see the continuous damage on the inside. And you can only damage a truck so many times before it can't be repaired. So, I mean, the idea you came up with those protection plates on the inside, great for you, it's bad for us because we won't see those trucks as often. But that type of idea and that type of spend that you're going to put in the truck is going to just double the life of the truck.
The vehicle itself.
That's the relationship you work with the transport manager. I don't know everything. I don't pretend to know everything. So I must be honest, those ideas that you've come with, we've actually used them for other customers. I hope you don't mind.
No, that's fine.
So a lot more expensive. Initially it said, oh, no, that's way too much. It's way too much. But the transport manager is not seeing, hang on, instead of this truck being back here in a year to have damage repaired, it's going to be 6 years before you see it.
See it again,
Okay, part of a transport manager's function is also to do planned job observations. In short, we call it a PGO. Today I'm going with Justice. We are going to one of our butcheries. We're going to look at how the delivery is going. So we're going to jump into the truck. Justice, are you ready?
Yes, I'm
ready.
ready.
Truck has been checked?
Yes.
Everything sorted?
Everything sorted.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Before any trip starts, it's important to ensure that your vehicle is safe and in good condition. This includes checking all the lights, the wheel nuts, the tire pressure, and tire tread. Ensuring that your DriveCam camera have a green light ensures that events are recorded on the road. Checking all instruments on the dashboard is just as important. This vehicle indicates that the oil level, the water level, fuel level, and AdBlue level is correct. The route to our first delivery point takes us on the N3 route from Durban to Pietermaritzburg. This is the same road that the annual Comrades Marathon is being run. As a transport manager, there's also tasks that are done when they become necessary. For example, human resources management, industrial relations management, annual budgets and forecasting, financial analysis and reporting for the transport department, routine vehicle checks, accident reporting, analysis, and insurance claims.
Thank you for watching this video. I hope that you've enjoyed it and that you have maybe learned something at what we are doing as a transport manager, as well as in the transport industry. And if I can once again say to anybody that's interested in the transport business, any young people that want to explore a career in logistics, go for it. It's very rewarding every day. It's also something that you will see that is never boring, there's never a dull moment. Every day is different. I hope you enjoy it and hope to see you in the future. Thank you.